Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome to Regular Josh 1. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button in this video, and if you're new, subscribe. While I was gone, what did I miss? Let's see. Discovery Plus no longer fully merging with HBO Max and staying as its own standalone streaming service. Right, I wanted to make a video about that. I mean, the merging of HBO Max and Discovery Plus was always a stupid idea, and while it's still kind of happening to an extent, Discovery Plus still gets to be its own streaming service. Why couldn't we just keep these separate? I mean, we didn't have to go through that dumbass media purge from HBO Max, making it much worse of a service right now than what it was before. And then they have the audacity to say HBO Max is flawed. Well, gee, I wonder whose fault that is. Warner Brothers Discovery? Alright, what else did I miss while I was gone? Warner Brothers Discovery suing Paramount when it came to a streaming deal regarding South Park specials. Yeah, this one was more recent, and I thought it was a very strange one considering that Paramount owns South Park, so it was kind of ironic that Warner Brothers Discovery is suing them for something South Park related. I found that one kind of weird, and it made Warner Brothers Discovery look kind of desperate for money since they're still in massive debt. Sometimes I just like seeing this company crash and burn, so I don't know. But enough about them. What about Cartoon Network? Oh yeah, that's right, the return of the NBA All-Star Slam Dunk Contest hosted by Teen Titans Go. I did always mean to make a video on this since it did surprise me that they did bring it back. I wasn't quite sure if we were gonna see another special after last year, but yeah, they ended up doing it. I did check it out when it aired, and well, not only was it shorter this year, which I think made it a little better than last year's, because watching last year's special again, it was filled with a lot of fluff, mainly with Teen Titans Go songs being interjected for like literally no reason. So them taking that out, I think it was much better. But with that being said, it also just rehashed many of the same things from last year's special. They do the same thing again with these Super Justice League voting on, I guess, who was the better dunker, and they just press a button and oh look, there's random items. It's not even a vote tally or whatever, and it's like, guys, this isn't funny. Stop. All things considered, it was an okay special. It wasn't great, but it was alright. But to my surprise, it was also announced that Cartoon Network is going to be bringing a monthly highlight of the best dunks from across the NBA, featuring, of course, the Titans. Now, I think this move makes sense. I don't know if they're truly planning for this slam dunk special to be a yearly thing, since it did surprise me a bit that they brought it back here, as I said before, but if that truly is the case, doing a monthly highlight is something they need to do. To make the NBA more of a presence on the channel by doing monthly shorts would be a nice lead up to the slam dunk special for next year. It would also give more of a reason why we'd even have a special like this on the channel. I did call this last year when this was first announced, saying that we will most likely start seeing highlights of some sort from the NBA on Cartoon Network, so it's kind of cool to see this being confirmed. So there you go. As for anything new coming to Cartoon Network, that is sadly still lacking as of now. It's a shame because I know that new shows are coming this year. They announced quite a bit of content will be premiering on the channel this year, and I'm pretty sure they are also eager to bring us new shows right now. I mean, let's face it, the past 3 years have been pretty abysmal when it came to this, and they're very much aware of it. Remember, they had to remind people that Cartoon Network is not dead. They had to come out and tell everybody, yes, guys, no, 2023, we're gonna have more shows coming out, so we're not dead, we're just getting started. 2023 is supposedly going to be Cartoon Network's year, as they very well put it. So, again, I am aware that we are going to be getting some new shows coming this year. However, we still have yet to see any premiere dates for anything. Now, you may be asking, why am I bringing this up again? Because I did bring it up in a previous video that I made talking about Cartoon Network and their newer shows. Remember a show called Jade Armor? The show that was announced among many in 2021? Do you also remember the heroic quest of the valiant Prince Ivandoe? Of course you do. That was recently announced at the last San Diego Comic-Con. We currently still have no premiere dates for these two shows. But if you go to Cartoon Network in a couple of other countries, these shows have already premiered. Yep, while we're still waiting for announcements on when these will come to our channel here in the US, they've already premiered elsewhere. Now, yes, do these shows originate in the US? No, they are made in other countries, so it makes sense that they will premiere there before coming to us. But I'm still not really sure why we haven't heard just anything yet. In a time where Cartoon Network desperately needs more shows added to their lineup, it honestly would be better if we saw some of these shows coming much sooner than later. There is supposedly a Warner Brothers Discovery upfront in May, I think, but I am hoping we don't have to wait until then to hear anything for Cartoon Network. I doubt it, but if that ends up being the case, then the next couple of months are gonna be probably a little rough for the channel. Last but certainly not least, let's talk about Cartoonito quickly. So the new schedule is, interesting. Now, starting March 13th, Cartoonito is only going to be running for 90 minutes each day. Yep, it now starts at 7:30 and it ends at 9 o'clock. Now, we're not really sure if this is temporary, especially since spring break is just around the corner for many schools, but even if that was the case, I don't understand this move at all. Odd that they're doing this, especially since it was talked about earlier on how well Cartoonito seems to be doing for them. Hell, that's why shows like Bat Wheels, Mecha, and Bugs Bunny Builders were renewed for a second season. Again, I'm pretty sure it's going to be temporary, but still, it just makes no sense. But that's not the only issue that I have right now. This mainly rounds back to HBO Max, if anything else, but it's still related. So, remember Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Pups? I'm not sure if I ever really talked about that on this channel, but this is the franchise's first preschool series, and it was to premiere on HBO Max and Cartoonito in 2024. Well, recently it was made known that Mystery Pups is no longer moving forward at HBO Max. It had to wrap production early because it lost distribution to the service. So now they're being shopped around for another distributor to pick them up. While it's no longer going to be on HBO Max anymore because nothing's going to be on HBO Max at this point, as far as we know, it's still slated to go on Cartoonito. At least the show hasn't outright been canceled. In fact, considering that it's a Scooby-Doo show, I'm shocked that it still has a chance at life. Because for whatever reason, Warner Brothers Discovery just seems to not like Scooby-Doo. Scoob Holiday Haunts have been canceled, another movie featuring the Hex Girls have also been canceled, while also being worked on. Not only that, but a crossover with Crypto the Dog has also been canceled by HBO Max, and the film has been fully leaked online recently. Ay, this is such a useless company. This is also the same company, might I add, that lets shit like Velma go through. King Velma. And if that wasn't bad enough, they give the show 2 seasons basically right off the bat. And let me just tell you something very quickly about how bad Velma is, okay? I could not stand 5 minutes watching this damn show. It was like the worst thing I have ever seen. I couldn't even sit through 5 fucking minutes. That's how bad Velma is. Cancel everything else when it comes to Scooby-Doo, but that is allowed to continue. If that is not the biggest slap in the face to fans of Scooby-Doo, then I don't know what is. So, yeah, things are pretty messy right now. Should this be a surprise to me at all? Probably not. This is Warner Brothers Discovery we're talking about. What are your thoughts on all of this? I know that I threw quite a bit at you guys, but I wonder what you guys think about everything that's happening currently. Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and hit the bell to be notified on my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, you're hearing it from a regular bunny in a regular world. See you next time.